Chapter 5 of Carly's Voice, page 75. There's the introduction of the family to respite care. Page 75, the dad is saying, "It was a relief that guilt was not a required payment for the services provided." About how much guilt he felt because he had to send his daughter away. And he didn't feel good about it. And how horrible it was for him as a parent to admit that he could not do it. And he needed help and things were not going well at home. Just something to notice and remember for different children and different families of what's going on. Chapter 6 talks about that it takes a village. And I listened to this part in audio form, so all I know is there was 9 hours and 9 minutes and 19 seconds left. We had hoped that Carly would emerge from this like a phase. No, it wasn't a phase, but it was something they had to keep working through. And that it was going to be a challenge to keep moving ahead with their daughter. Chapter 7, page 94, the last paragraph. But getting her to this point, the logistics on planning, the cajoling of school boards and staff, and struggling to finance Carly's complex life sucked all our spirit. I can't believe on how much money and effort that these parents put into Carly. And hope that no one else has to do that much on their own to get help for their kids. And that hopefully we in the schools can really do what we need to do to help. From chapter 8, page 101. I just wanted to be normal. And the dad saying that he didn't want to have to keep explaining himself for all the stuff that's happened. As I can think about the parents with kids desperately wanting something in the supermarket and their kids screaming and yelling, how much more that a parent with a very special child with autism could struggle with even more than that child who just really needs a nap. And sometimes no, occasionally. But just the dad just saying, I just want to be normal, man. Okay. Appreciate that as a dad now, myself. Chapter 9, page 112. Carly typing. HELPTEETHHURT. Carly writing for the first time on her own. Okay. And this showed that she had stuff here. Okay. She hadn't been able to say it apart from typing. This makes me think of the movie Wretches and Jabbers very much. And also kids that I've seen that could not really function, quote, normally, but they were able to do things by using a computer, iPad, something that could do text to speech for them. And how we need to look into different things to figure out what's going to work, to find out what's going on. And a child that I mentioned in my last video about how she turned into a stubborn little mule, like wonderful child who was there, stubborn and thinking when she had an iPad. Before, when I'd seen a child with a lot of physical and mental needs, that she didn't look like she was there. And even some of the people that worked with her said, no, we don't think there's much there. There's no change. But with an iPad, there was it was clear that she was there and thinking. Same as what we just saw with Carly right here when she's typing, help, teeth hurt. How awesome that the parents and the caregivers finally get to hear that. Okay, because otherwise she couldn't say anything. From chapter 10, page 122 at the top. Given her behavior for the past decade and everything we'd been told about her prognosis, I was more likely to believe that our dog could talk, could speak. That the dad couldn't even believe what his daughter was doing. And he kept not believing for a while. He was still in such shock that his daughter was writing. She wasn't writing for her family. She was only writing for the people that worked to take care of her. Definitely a challenge when kids don't talk to their own family. I understand that. Behind the wall is my own daughter. Chapter 11, page 135. Oh, I'll add it back in there for the chapter 10. And it's odd that Carly would not talk to her parents or allow it to be videotaped to prove to her parents that she could spell and think. So having to work around things to work with kids is an important concept. Let's figure out how we can do this so that, hey, your parents can totally believe that you can do this. Okay? So thinking outside the box sometimes is totally necessary working with kids. Chapter 11, page 135. The humor from Carly is amazing. And humor indicates there's somebody thinking here. And her humor is kind of funny too. I agree. Her asking her dad, did you drop Matthew on his head as a baby? That Carly is talking and has quite a wit, and her dad calls her a troublemaker. What a great thing that she's talking using her technology, but that's great. Whatever works. Chapter 12, page 143. Carly wanted to learn. She had the ability to learn. What a change in thought from what she was before, and how just trying to find a good place for her helped change that situation.